I got off at 47, which is 195, going the wrong way. It's going to be in the Wilkins area.
It was Valentine's Day. I was on patrol on the west side of the county. I got notification from the east side that MSP had a pursuit coming down southbound 95. I believe MSP lost the vehicle through Baltimore City, and then I believe Woodlawn saw the vehicle coming through Cook's Lane, I believe, for Forest Park. And from there was when I guess Officer Flaherty started the second pursuit of the vehicle.
I told my partner, I was like, hey, let's drive up the street and see if we can find it. And we went down the street about a block and it passed us.
The driver of the Honda Pilot refused to stop. Instead, he engaged officers in a 30-mile pursuit around 695 at speeds in excess of 80 miles per hour. The pursuit then turned to Route 702 in Essex.
He started getting some distance on us, and when he went around the circle, he was just going too quick, lost control, and hit a vehicle that was there.
Slid off the road. Think they're gonna have him in custody here in just a second.
Officers approached the car after the crash.
When we approached the vehicle, the driver didn't even look at us. He was so intent on trying to get away, he didn't notice that his vehicle was completely disabled. So he was still trying to rev the engine up, trying to get out of there, but he couldn't.
There was also the driver of the vehicle that he hit, the Honda Accord, was clearly upset that he was in an accident, so he got up and started running up to the vehicle, so my first priority was to get him out of the way.
As we approached the vehicle, the suspect has both his hands on the steering wheel. Officer Flaherty was to my left, but due to the way the vehicles were crashed, he was kind of pinched in. When the suspect noticed that he couldn't go anywhere, I saw him look to his right and put his hand in between the driver's seat and the middle console. At that point, I knew that something was going to happen. While he was doing that, Officer Flaherty was trying to break the window to get access to the driver. When I noticed that the suspect was probably trying to grab a weapon, I attempted to grab Officer Flaherty to pull him back, but at that same time, the driver pulled out a handgun.
I saw him reaching down, and it appeared that he was bringing something up, but I couldn't tell exactly what it was until I heard somebody was yelling, "Gun, gun, gun," and that's when everything happened.
At the time, I didn't know that Officer Flaherty had got hit until we could tell that the driver was incapacitated. I happened to see him hunched over and grabbing his shoulder. That's when he said, I think I was hit.
When I felt the impact, I knew what had happened. My first priority was to make sure the threat was taken care of before I started worrying about that, and I didn't know if anybody else was hit. So once I saw that nobody was laying on the ground and I was the only one hit and the threat was taken care of, I looked down at it, and the vest caught the round, but the round actually went through my vest, and it was kind of in my chest a little bit. And when I could pull my shirt down, I pulled my vest down, and it was just swollen up real. I remember when I originally saw him and I passed him, the thing that sticks out was what he was wearing. It almost looked like a fake movie. Like he had a jacket. It looked like he had something up around his neck, and he had glasses on and like a baseball cap. And it just looked so out of place.
We're not used to having Kentucky vehicles come through this area, so it's just, after you do this job for so long, you know, you have like a sixth sense where you can tell something that's going to go bad at any time. So I kind of stuck out in my head that I don't think this is going to turn out right when it finally ends. Afterwards, I actually thought about a couple of days later that if we didn't come in contact with him, I had a feeling that he was going to literally be maybe like an active shooter based off what he did to his family. And I knew sooner or later he was going to do more damage somewhere based off the amount of guns and ammo that he had in this vehicle.
It's funny you say that, because I actually thought the same thing. I thought just his behavior, what he did to his family, and the amount of weapons he had.
His mind was already set to do damage. I think he was just waiting just for an opportunity to wreak havoc on some other people.